The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Once upon a time, there was a very tiny caterpillar named Eric. He lived on a big green leaf with his many brothers and sisters. Eric was always very hungry, and he spent his days munching on leaves and nibbling on twigs. One day, Eric was feeling very hungry indeed. He had eaten all of the leaves on his own leaf, and he was starting to feel a bit peckish. So he decided to go for a walk.
Oh, yes!
And see if he could find anything else to eat. Eric crawled through the garden, past the flowers and the vegetables, but he couldn't find anything that looked tasty.
Oh, no!
He was starting to get discouraged, but then he spotted a big red apple hanging from a tree.
Oh, yes!
Eric climbed up the tree, and he took a big bite out of the apple. It was sweet and juicy, and it made Eric feel much better. But he was still hungry, so he kept eating. He was so full that he couldn't even move. So he curled up in a little ball and fell asleep. When Eric woke up, he felt different. He was no longer a tiny caterpillar. He was a big, fat caterpillar.
Oh, no!
He couldn't believe it. Eric was so excited, but he was also a bit tired. So he decided to build a cocoon and take a nap. He spun a silky web around himself, and he snuggled down inside. Eric slept for a long time, and when he woke up, he was no longer a caterpillar.
Oh, yes!
He was a beautiful butterfly. He was so happy.
Oh, yes!
Eric flew out of his cocoon and into the garden. He flew from flower to flower, and he drank nectar from each one. He was so happy to be free. Eric had a wonderful day, and he flew until the sun went down. Then he found a nice, cozy spot to sleep for the night. The next day, Eric woke up feeling refreshed and ready to explore. He flew all over the garden, and he made friends with all the other butterflies. He had a wonderful time. From that day on, Eric lived happily ever after. He was no longer a hungry caterpillar. He was a beautiful butterfly.
Oh, yes!